Have you ever struggled to find the words to describe yourself? Nice, friendly, funny, quiet. It's not easy to find the words to explain who you are. But imagine knowing exactly which words describe who you are at your best. Once you find the perfect words, they become more than just words. They're like an anthem, giving you a rallying. Cry. Your anthem is a simple phrase that does the talking for you. It's a tagline for your personality. It's like your own personal version of Nike's Just Do It. Once you and I create your anthem together, we'll make it really easy for people to recognize and reward you for who you already are. Imagine being able to come into work and being recognized exactly for what you're already doing right. This book will not change who you are. You are the secret weapon. Your primary advantage is mystique. This means that you rarely show your inner emotions. You remain calm even in situations of pressure. You work independently without disclosing your process. And when you edit your communication, you think before you speak. Your secondary advantage is innovation. This means that if somebody presents you with a problem to solve, you know how to develop a whole range of solutions. You don't draw attention to yourself, but your ideas do get attention. You excel in situations in which you can think through a whole range of alternatives. Innovation is the language of creativity. Here's the best of how the world sees you. You're unassuming. Your demeanor is calm. You have an unexpected way of communicating. But you fascinate by being independent in your style of thinking. You restrain yourself and your emotions to shield yourself from vulnerability. You're a bit of a social chameleon, and what this means is that you have the ability to adapt to your surroundings. You see what's on the horizon, and you know how to change your style of communication. That's why you're the secret weapon, after all. If you want to see another dimension of how the world sees you, take a look at your twin. Your twin is the archetype that most closely resembles your own. The secret weapons twin is the provocateur. This is innovation plus mystique. You like working privately. You like working on your own sometimes. You prefer to keep a tight circle of trusted advisors around you. The information that you do share with others, though, is hand-selected, carefully crafted, highly respected. 1 minute coaching to my secret weapons. You are a quiet force for change. You often prefer working on your own, but be careful not to isolate yourself too much. Interact with your team so they can get a sense of what's going on under the surface. Your creativity combined with your analytical skills can help the team achieve even more when you share your thinking with them. Help people understand how you can contribute. Use passion to connect. Use power to have strength in how you communicate. Use the trust advantage in how you create consistency. It's absolutely fine to do most of your work away in your office, but sometimes you need to get out and network and engage. You are the secret weapon. You produce ingenious solutions to complex problems, and that's the best of how the world sees you.
Hi.
Hey, all right.
Sorry, I was really confused. I tried doing it like on Skype, but I didn't get any emails, which is like weird. So,
Oh, whoops, hold on. I'm going to turn my camera back on.
alright.
Okay, we're good to go. Yeah, I just didn't have your
I'm
Skype.
sorry. I was like trying to do it on Skype and like I sent like 4 requests and I didn't know what was happening. So, my bad.
You're good. All right, so what we're going to do, this is just to kind of get a clear idea of where you're going on your concentration and what you
Okay.
want it to look like.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of jot down notes while we're talking.
All right.
So you can write notes if you want or just chat, whichever is
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I'll just
Um,
talk now.
so we started the first week and you wrote down 5 concentration ideas.
Yeah.
So are there 1 or 2 of those that you're like pretty excited about?
Okay, well, I've painted like a lot of food and candy and stuff, and like I think it's really fun and
Okay.
I love it. So I was thinking like around the world, like for a concentration, because I'm thinking I want, because there's so many pieces, like different countries, because I really like traveling. So I was thinking maybe like different types of food from countries. Like that's probably like what I'm with right now, but I feel like that's kind of narrow since like it's all on like food, which is just like objects. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm having trouble.
Okay. So tell me what you like about drawing and painting food.
Um, I've just done a lot of still lifes. Like that's what I've done like mainly in like my painting career, I guess, with my teacher. So I feel very comfortable doing them and I love like making it look realistic and stuff like that. So it's just fun, like the colors pop and stuff. I mean, I just did like a gumball machine and it was really cool. So
Okay. Um, So if you were doing food and if you were doing food from different countries,
yeah.
when someone else is looking at your work, um, is there a story that you're trying to tell, an emotion that you're trying to evoke? What do you want the viewer to get from looking at your work?
I just want them to like really be able to like recognize where it's from and like kind of tell a story like of like the culture and like what they use in their food, like the colors and stuff, how it's presented. I feel like that says a lot, I guess.
hmm Okay, so what if your concentration was more like exploring culture through food?
That's cool. Yeah. That would be really awesome.
Okay. And I think that works because that makes it like when it's just food or just like
Yeah,
food
I was
in
kind of
cultures,
worried
then
about.
it's kind of like because part of it is all 12 of the pieces need to have some kind of connection. And while
Yeah.
food could be the connection, another thing that they're looking for is that you kind of have a voice and a perspective through what you do. And so I
Yeah.
think if you're looking at cultures through the food, that can bring in an element of your understanding of that culture.
Okay.
So you said you like to travel. Are you interested in sticking with cultures of places that you've actually been to, or do you want to also touch
But
on places you
maybe
haven't?
a few more countries, I would say. I mean, like I've been to like South Africa and Thailand. I lived in England for like 8 years, so like I know like a bunch, but like I would like to do some more that I haven't been to, I
Okay,
would say.
so somewhere you've been.
Yeah.
And so it also sounds like you want them to be, I'm assuming, realistic and you're
Yeah.
interested in painting.
Yeah. I do oil painting mostly. Like that's basically what I've been doing like with my art. So I would feel
Okay.
most comfortable with that, I guess.
Well,
But
and
I do
that's
want to
it.
try new things.
I mean, the concentration is the space to do more what you're comfortable with, and then in the breath is where there's going to be more experimentation and trying materials that maybe you aren't comfortable with and kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. But concentration is more about not going crazy with all new materials.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I think this could be fun. So
Yeah. Like my other idea was like just like special places in like every country, you know, like when I went to Thailand there was really beautiful temples and they were so pretty. So like maybe just religious places, I don't know. I that's just another idea if like food is too narrow. I'm not sure. I mean,
I don't think food has to be too narrow. It Because you can do, I mean, cultures do have a pretty wide range of foods, and you can also be thinking about um, kind of what it's sitting on, what it's surrounded with,
yeah.
like all those things that sort of feed into letting us understand the overall vibe of a culture.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just gonna be like the plate. It's gonna have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
I think we'll start with that. I mean, this
yeah.
is also, we're not like totally dead set in it, so it's not like if you get to a point where it's not
Oh yeah.
working. So what I'm having everybody do is kind of work through this week, and you can have into next week as well if you need it, is doing 12 to 15 thumbnail sketches of really trying to get clear on what does this look like. So what would each one of the pieces that you're doing look like, which is really going to help to answer, is food too narrow? Do I need to open this up a little bit more?
Yeah.
As well as for me to look at it and some of your classmates to look at it and see, does what your concentration statement say actually show up in the work? Because sometimes it's so obvious to us because we made the concentration, we made the work, but it needs to be obvious to everyone else. So when you're doing the thumbnails, those should be whatever size you're kind of comfortable working in, sketching in.
Okay.
Don't need to be like crazy detailed. You don't need to add shading or color unless you want to. You're more than welcome to. More about just kind of getting the basic idea of what compositionally it's going to look like and what's actually going to be in that work and how you're going to set it up.
Okay.
And those you can, if you feel like confident, you know where you're going with them, you can do all of them and wait to send them to me until you have all of them done. If you feel like you're kind of stuck partway through or not sure if your story or message is getting across, you can send them to me after you just have a couple done, and I'll give you some feedback.
All right.
But I think this could be really interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So while you have me on here, do you have any other questions, concerns about what's going on in the class, art, life?
Just basically like where would I like find my like references for what I'm doing? Like I don't want to copy a picture. I kind of want it to be my own thing, but like how would I do that?
Good question. My guess, I don't have a total exact answer right now, but I can do some research too. I think what I would start doing is come up with a list of, and it may be easier to start with places that you've been, but come up with a list of cultures that you're interested in kind of exploring through their food.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of research maybe on like travel websites. I'm trying to think. Nothing else is popping into my head right now, but I'll do some research of like what are the most common foods to that area.
Yeah.
And then also getting some imagery maybe of their restaurants or their cafes, or are you know, some of them might be at restaurants, some of them might be in people's homes, so that you just kind of have this compilation of images that you can draw from.
Yeah.
Would be where I would start.
Okay, for sure.
Maybe even going, do you have like a Barnes & Noble near you?
Yeah.
Maybe even going there and going into like their travel section. And they also have like a pretty big food and recipe section, so pulling some of those books out, that might be an even easier place to start, and just looking through all of them, or like Food Magazine, magazines. I think that's where I wouldn't necessarily look for, I wouldn't start yet looking for artists that are doing similar work. I would start looking for what's the food look like, what's the setting look like.
Okay.
And I will give myself a note to see if I can think of some artists that might kind of be in the same kind of feel of thing, as well as if there's any like really good websites and stuff like that.
Okay, for sure.
So how's your school year going?
It's good. It's really good.
What other classes do you have?
I take just like basic like U.S. history, pre-calc, English, you know, like that sort of thing. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and you're enjoying things?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's nice. It's nice being homeschooled. I mean, sort of. I go to like a tutoring place, so it's like sort of homeschooling, sort of not.
And are there other kids there with you? Or
yeah, there's other kids there, but it's not in like the same class. It's just one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I really like it. It's like my second year doing it, but I really enjoy it. So.
Okay, so did you go to public school before this?
I went to a private school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What made you decide to do homeschooling?
The kids were just really like bratty. It was like ridiculous. Like they all like lined up their Mercedes next to each other in the parking lot, took pictures. Like it was too much. Like I couldn't be like around them. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit
intense. Like the art program was terrible. Like it just wasn't where I wanted to be.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad this is working out for you.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about like the pace and workload of this class thus far?
It seems fine. Definitely manageable.
Okay. Good.
I'm just like trying to figure out how to do the website and stuff. Like.
Yeah, I know. All of that takes a little bit of time to figure out all the extra kind of technology issues that go along with going to school online.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it'll get easier and easier as we go. Hopefully, anyway.
All right.
Yeah, well, good to chat, and I can't wait to see your sketches. Everybody's coming up with such fun ideas.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.